Hello and welcome back to PACIS TV News Edition. I am Benjamin Kwizera and these are the headlines. President Paul Kagame held a working visit in Tanzania, the visit that aimed to reinforce fast-growing economic growth between Kigali and Dar es Salaam. During the celebration of International Labour Day, Bishop Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa of Kabgayi Diocese urged the workers in different sectors to work perfectly without waiting for others to push them to fulfill their responsibilities. Bishop Jean Bosco Nagunjira of Butare Diocese reminded Christians the significance of commemorating, especially during this period of Easter. In international news, recalling the annual World Press Freedom Day celebrated on the 3rd of May, Pope Leon XIV remembers many journalists and reporters who have become the victims due to wars and violence. Welcome to our news in details. President Paul Kagame held a working visit in Tanzania, the visit that aimed to reinforce fast-growing economic growth between Kigali and Dar es Salaam, while also highlighting a shared history marked by solidarity during Rwanda's darkest chapter. News in detail. His Excellency President Paul Kagame went in Tanzania for a working visit that was targeting to reinforce fast-growing economic ties between Kigali and Dar es Salaam, while also highlighting a shared history marked by solidarity during Rwanda's darkest chapter. President Kagame held talks with his Tanzanian counterpart, President Samia Suluhu Hassan, in Dar es Salaam, where the two leaders agreed to step up efforts to remove non-tariff barriers and accelerate investments in key sectors supporting cross-border trade. Speaking at a joint press conference, President Samia Suluhu Hassan described Rwanda as a close partner, noting that economic relations between the two countries continue to expand rapidly. She revealed that bilateral trade reached 644 billion Tanzanian shillings in 2025, 361 billion Rwandan francs, underlining the scale of growing commercial exchanges. According to Tanzanian officials, nearly 70% of Rwanda's imports and exports pass through Tanzanian ports, particularly port of Dar es Salaam, making the country a critical gateway for Rwanda's access to global markets. To sustain this momentum, the two leaders committed to strengthening cooperation in transport and logistics, telecommunications and energy, sectors seen as vital to unlocking further growth along with the Central Corridor, the main trade route linking Dar es Salaam to Kigali. President Paul Kagame said the partnership has steadily evolved over the years, enabling Rwanda to better connect to international markets through improved infrastructure and coordinated policies. Beyond economic priorities, the visit also carried a symbolic and emotional significance tied to Rwanda's history. Kagame announced that Rwanda is preparing to formally honor Tanzanian citizens who demonstrated courage and humanity during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Recognition will come as Rwanda continues its period of remembrance and will celebrate individuals who showed exceptional bravery and compassion at a time when many turned away. The honor is expected to be conferred under the Abarinzi Protectors of Friendship initiative, which recognizes individuals who risked their lives to save Tutsis during the genocide. By including Tanzanian citizens, Rwanda will be extending this recognition to a broader group of international rescuers, joining figures such as the late Senegalese Captain Mbaye Diagne and Ghanaian General Alain Kwame Anyidoho, who are widely honored for their actions during the genocide. Rwandan President Paul Kagame signs the visitor's book at the State House during his one-day working visit to Tanzania. During the celebration of International Labour Day, Bishop Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa of Kabgayi Diocese urged the workers in different sectors to work perfectly without waiting for others to push them to fulfill their responsibilities. Full reports by Kaizuka Riki.
During the Labour Day celebration in the Diocese of Kabgayi, the Bishop of Diocese, Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa, encouraged workers across various sectors to stop working for the eye. Instead, he urged them to carry out their duties as divine calling, emulating Saint Joseph, the model of all workers. The diocesan level celebration of International Labor Day began with the Holy Mass presided over by Bishop Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa. A representative of the employees working within the diocese expressed gratitude for the way the diocese Kabgayi cares for its staff. He noted that although challenges exist, they do not prevent us from continuing to fulfill our responsibilities well and maintaining a spirit of selflessness in building quality work. We thank our leaders and assure them that as employees, we will continue to be characterized by integrity in our work so that what we do benefits the diocese and our country. In his homily, Bishop Ntivuguruzwa asked employees to love their work and approach it as a vocation rather than doing it just to please supervisors. He emphasized that the work is a tool for both social connection and spiritual growth. Work helps us build a better world and help us develop it. Work connects us with others so we can collaborate. Transform everything you do into a prayer. Brothers and sisters, strive to be people of integrity and do good. Fulfill our responsibilities and complete your tasks fully. Currently, the Diocese of Kabgayi employs over 1,000 people who report to work daily. These employees serve in various vital sectors, including health services, education, business and commerce.
From Kabgayi straight to Nyanza, Bishop Jean Bosco Ntagungira of Butare Diocese reminded the Christians the significance of commemorating, especially during the period of Easter. It was during the homily of the Mass held at Nyanza Parish, which preceded the commemoration of 32nd anniversary of the priests of the genocide against the Tutsi, remembering the priests and religious who were killed in 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Full reports by Yedidia Twiseng.
Here is an Holy Mass held at Nyanza Parish, marked the beginning of 32 commemoration ceremony honoring the priests and religious men and women who were killed during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The commemoration brought together Kyrgyz government officials, families of the victims, and the members of faithful to reflect on the lives lost and to pay tribute to their legacy of service. Ledemta Uwimana, representing families of the priests and religious members buried at the memorial sites, described the commemoration as a significant moment of remembrance and the respect of the victims, as well as an opportunity to reflect on Rwanda's painful history.
While you were still alive in this world, both for us and for the faithful you were entrusted with, we should never forget the kindness you showed us, your families and Christians you guided and taught the word of the God. That's why today we came here bringing flowers as a symbol of the love we continue to hold for you.
The Executive Secretary of Nyanza District, Kamana Jamari, shared his personal testimonies, noting that he was led by members of Catholic Church. He emphasized the continued collaboration between Catholic Church and the government institutions in protecting citizens and preventing genocide ideology.
Haseri Françoise yandeze mfite imyaka 3.
As Sister Françoise led me when I was 4 years old, and Sister Augustine as well, we assure you that both the government and the church will continue to work together so that every citizen and every believer is protected from the genocide ideology that led Rwanda into 1994 genocide against Tutsi.
Genocide yakorewe Abatutsi mu mwaka w'1994.
Speaking during the ceremony, His Excellency Bishop Jean Bosco Ntagungira of Butare Diocese noted that the commemorating during the Easter period offers spiritual comfort and saints' faith. He emphasized the importance of unity between Catholic Church and the state in preserving memory and preventing the recurrence of such atrocities.
Ariko rero n'ibihe bya Pasika icyo kigiye kidukomeza igihe cyose twibuka.
In this Easter period, let us be strengthened as we commemorate. Let us remember while focusing on the Lord's Passover, reflecting on the words he spoken to his discipline when they were in fear after his death and burial, and how he later appeared to them saying, "Peace be with you, do not be afraid, I have overcome. Therefore, let us take comfort, because as a country and a church, when we are united, we must reflect on these memories and prevent anything that could lead to their repetition."
dushyize hamwe kugira ngo tuzirikane twibuke ayo mateka kandi dukumire ibyayadusubizamo.
The genocide memorial at Nyanza Parish is a resting place of 4 priests, including Father Innocent Nyangezi, Father Calixte Uwitonze, Father Jean Birindwahandi, who was parish priest, and Father Mateo Ngirumatsi. However, across the other parishes, there are also memorials honoring priests and religious members who were victims of the genocide against the Tutsi. Yetitia Twisenge, PACIS TV.
From Butare back to Kigali. The Ministry of Education, through the Higher Education Council, launched a nationwide outreach to higher learning institutions. This outreach is a part of ongoing efforts to strengthen the quality and relevance of higher education in Rwanda. It will bring together university leaders, academic staff, and students to openly discuss how to improve teaching, learning, and overall institutional performance. In his remarks, the Director General of Higher Educational Council, Dr. Edward Kadozi, explained how HEC is planning to address the issue of digitalization, as it is among the major hindrances to the development of higher learning institutions.
I think we have been struggling with the issue of digitalization, and we want to really reinforce and strengthen our digitalization for efficiency, but also increasing the outcomes. So HEC has started working on this project. Obviously, we will have to work with you, high learning institutions, and this will require also you looking into your systems. Yeah, I think if they have the IT people, even right now, we are working on a question of bursary loan with your IT people. But now we are moving to another level. All your services, academic services and others, governance, we need to see that they are digitalized. But not only digitalization, but also to enhance performance. We will see how universities are enhanced in performance and what you are doing, and we monitor that as well. Stronger regulations. I know people don't like this term, regulations, but they have to be there, because good regulations have to improve quality. So we are working on that, the regulations that will not pin down the institutions, but the regulations that are enabling institutions to work.
The Minister of Education, Honorable Joseph Nsengimana, highlighted the significance of this outreach and called upon the representatives of higher learning institutions to be more collaborative.
The outreach or the collaboration that we are talking about has a number of objectives. One is to strengthen the system as a whole. As I said, not as the individual component of the said system, not as government, not as regulator, and not as higher learning institutions, but rather come together in an intentional way to move beyond purely compliance-based approach towards one that is more collaborative, more responsive, and grounded in dialogue. This is about bridging the gap between the regulator and the institutions, not through a carrot and stick approach, but through engagement, feedback, and joint problem solving. Through this engagement, we want to listen, to understand the realities within institutions, and to work together to address the challenges affecting teaching, learning, research, and institutional performance.
From educational news, the Catholic Church in Rwanda has announced the renewed commitment to embracing digital technology and social media as a vital space for evangelization. This was revealed by Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, His Eminence Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, the Archbishop of Kigali, during the meeting with Catholic social media users held this Friday under the theme Catholic Influencer Connect. At a time when every baptized Christian is considered a catechist and it is called to teach the path and the leads to God, while also keeping pace with the modern world, the Catholic Church in Rwanda believes it can no longer remain passive. Instead, it is called to rise and engage with the social media users, especially those with large followers. Some of the most followed individuals on social media who are also Christians say that Catholic Church's initiative to bring together social media users is both important and timely. On its part, the Catholic Church in Rwanda says it must also be present in a digital space, as this is where many people now interact. This was emphasized by His Eminence Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, the Archbishop of Kigali Archdiocese and President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference in Rwanda. Although this is the first time Catholic Influencers Connect is being organized in Rwanda, it is only the first time the Catholic Church has engaged with the social media users. Between the 28th of July and the 29th of July 2025, during the celebration of Jubilee of 2025 years of human redemption, more than 1,000 social media users from over 60 countries gathered in Rome. It is planned that Catholic Influencers Connect will be held every year, and participants are also expected to undertake a pilgrimage to Kibeho before the end of this year. After a short commercial break, we are coming back with international news.
Bwa mbere nza gusaba akazi hano nari nabitekerejeho mbabarire murakoze mu by'ukuri numvaga mfite ubushobozi ndetse n'ubushake.
So kutiteguye bihagije nuko utaryama neza. Rwanda Farm, le paradis du matelas.
I wish I could leave my skin behind.
Icy'ingenzi ntabwo ari ukugira diplome ya kaminuza. Uyu munsi birahagije kuganira n'umuntu byonyine ukamenya ko yize muri kaminuza ibonetse yose, cyangwa se ko yize muri kaminuza Gatolika y'u Rwanda, Catholic University of Rwanda, by'umwihariko mu ishami ryayo rya Kigali. Ubu abazi guhitamo neza batangiye kwiyandikisha muri Catholic University of Rwanda Kigali campus ikorera Nyamirambo. Abashaka kwiga mu mashami y'uburezi kwiyandikisha mu gihembwe kizatangira mu kwezi kwa gatatu, March intake, byaratangiye muri Postgraduate Diploma in Education PGDE. Ababiga muri weekend. Hatangwa kandi amasomo muri Department of Education in Sciences mu mashami ya Economics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Geography na Mathematics and Economics. Hari kandi Department of Education in Arts and Social Sciences mu mashami ya English and Kinyarwanda, English and French, French and Kinyarwanda, English and Kiswahili, Economics and Entrepreneurship, English and History, Economics and History na Economics and Geography. Uhitamo kwiga ku manywa cyangwa se mu biruhuko. Twakira kandi abanyeshuri bafite A1 muri education bakeneye gukomeza amasomo yabo ku rwego rwa A0. Iyandikisha unyuze kuri wa@CUR.AC.RW. Wanahamagara cyangwa ukandika ubutumwa kuri 07 83 18 86 26 cyangwa 07 33 21 46 78 cyangwa none 07 88 52 41 98. Wanandika email kuri CUR@gmail.com.
The only way to being found is getting lost.
Muri Gicurasi kuri Canal Plus wicikwa n'imikino y'indyankurye, aho umwami wa Premier League azambikwa ikamba, FA Cup igahamya ubukaka bwayo, uwegukana Ligue 1 ahangwa imboni, Bundesliga yo ikimaka. Muri Liga mwaba muzi uzitwa igihangange cya Espagne. Naho ku ya 30 Gicurasi umunyabigozi andika amateka mu mukino wa nyuma wa UEFA Champions League. Kuko ugomba kubaho ibyiza bihora kugeza ku ya 31 Gicurasi. Gura bone musanzwe ugura wongereho ibihumbi 2 uhabwa amashani yose ya Canal Plus na DSTV English Plus. Gurira ku mucurizi wemewe no kuri Mobile Money. Yashuri bose bashaka ni College Fondation Sinagera.
Mama we.
Iri ni ishuri ribumbata icyerekezo cy'u Rwanda twifuza kuko ritanga uburezi buhamye mu mashuri y'inshuke, abanza, icyiciro rusange ndetse n'amashami y'imyuga n'ubumenyingiro mu buhinzi, ubworozi, food processing, ubwubatsi, ubuganishi bw'ibinyabiziga, fashion design, gutunganya imisatsi, ububaji n'ubusuderi. Hari n'amasomo y'igihe gito short courses mu mashami yavuzwe haruguru aherekezwa na practice zihagije kuko abanyeshuri bigira mu nganda za Sinagera International Football Academy yigisha abana guhera ku myaka 6 gucunga ruhago sawa. Athleticism, imbyino nyarwanda no kwiga amategeko y'umuhanda no gutwara ibinyabiziga nabyo biri mu nyongera y'amasomo. Abana biga amashuri y'incuke n'abanza basoza ibyo byiciro bose bazi gutwara igare. Umwana wa segonderi we atahana uruhusa rwo gutwara ibinyabiziga. Witinda kwandikisha umwana ku ishuri kuri Nyirangarama cyangwa ku mashami ya Sinagera Entreprise Urwibutso hose mu gihugu. Ku bindi bisobanuro hamagara 0788535123 cyangwa 0788535999. Twubaka ubukungu bushingiye ku bumenyi.
Welcome to our international news tonight. Recalling the annual World Press Freedom Day celebrated on the 3rd of May, Pope Leo XIV remembers the many journalists and reporters who have become victims due to wars and violence. Following the recitation of Sunday's Regina Coeli, Pope Leo XIV recalled that day, World Press Freedom Day, the annual day promoted by UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. The Pope remarked that unfortunately, freedom of the press is often violated, sometimes blatantly and other times with subtle ways. He said, "Let us remember the many journalists and reporters who have fallen victims to wars and violence." UNESCO notes that fostering access to reliable information, accountability, dialogue and trust, press freedom and independent journalism can offer key contributions to peace, economic recovery, sustainable development and human rights. At the same time, the UN organization has warned in its World Trends report from 2022 to 2025 that press freedom has experienced its steepest decline since 2012. At the same, these matters can be addressed by UNESCO says that World Press Freedom Day 2026 offers a critical moment to reaffirm the importance of freedom of the press. A World Press Freedom Day conference will take place on Monday in Lusaka, Zambia, around the theme Shaping Future from different areas across the world. Pope Leon also greeted the various groups present in St. Peter's Square for the Sunday blessings, including representatives of Italy's Meta Association, which for over 30 years has worked to defend minors from the surge of abuse and involve the church and civil society in education on helping victims and engaging preventive efforts. The Pope thanked them for this work. Officials in 5 regions around the country reported fatalities as Moscow continues to target Ukrainian cities with regular drone and missile attacks. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said 3 Russian oil tankers, a cruise missile carrier warship and patrol boat were struck in separate attacks on 2 Russian ports. There are no details on damage to the ships, but Zelensky said tankers were part Russia's shadow fleet used to evade Western sanctions imposed over Moscow's full-scale invasion launched in 2022. Ukraine's Air Force said 269 drones were fired by Russia overnight, but 249 of them were shot down or jammed. It confirmed 19 direct drone hits and 1 ballistic missile hit in 15 locations, as well as damage caused by falling debris from 1 drone. Ukrainian officials said 3 people were killed in separate incidents in Kherson region, while 2 died in each of Odessa, Donetsk, and different cities across Ukraine. Export terminals there and in other regions have been targeted by Ukraine in recent weeks in a series by successful strikes launched by Ukraine on Russian-owned infrastructure. On Sunday, President Zelensky said infrastructure of northwestern Primorsk terminal on the Baltic Sea near Finland had been significantly damaged and oil tanker and patrol boat were hit. Thank you very much for being with us tonight, and thank you once again for choosing PACIS TV. We are coming to an end of our news edition, but before, let's go back to top stories. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, President Paul Kagame, held a working visit in Tanzania, the visit that aimed to reinforce fast-growing economic growth between Kigali and Dar es Salaam. During the celebration of International Labour Day, Bishop Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa of Kabgayi Diocese urged the workers in different sectors to do work perfectly without waiting for others to push them to fulfill their responsibilities. Bishop Jean Bosco Ntagungira of Butare Diocese reminded the Christians the significance of commemorating, especially during this period of Easter. In international news, recalling the annual World Press Freedom Day celebrated on the 3rd of May, His Holiness Pope XIV remembers the journalists and reporters who have become victims due to wars and violence. Thank you very much once again. This is PACIS TV. I am Benjamin Kwizera, and good night.